All right, so we're going to discuss a couple different ways to make holes in Autodesk Inventor. The first way we did on part 1 of worksheet 3, and that is if we make a circle that has the diameter of the hole that we want, and then we can put that inside of another shape, whether that's a rectangle or a circle. If we finish this and extrude, we can extrude just the section that's outside of the circle. And so then what that will do is it will leave the circle empty, and that will make a hole in our object. The other thing that we can do is we can make a three-dimensional object. So here I'll just extrude this rectangle to make a rectangular prism. And then what we can do is use the hole tool, and we can create a hole through this object. Now this is useful because it has some more intricate options, like we can make the inside of it or the seat of it follow some certain dimensions. So here you can see there we go. You can see that there's kind of like a funnel shape that goes into this hole. And there's lots of other methods that we can use here. But in order to use this tool correctly, you really want to make sure that you have the location planned out before you select it. So I'm actually going to cancel the use of this tool, and I'm going to draw on the top of this block. I'll make a new sketch, and let's say that I wanted to make my whole how long do we have it here? Let's say 0.4 from the bottom corner and 0.4 from the bottom edge. If I'm drawing these lines, I'm not going to extrude these lines or use them to actually draw a physical feature. What I have now, though, is a point of reference that I can use when I select the hole feature. And so I can place the hole right at the end of those lines, and now I know the location of this hole is exactly where I want it. The most basic version of the hole tool just gives you the option to set the diameter. And so I could set that and then be done, and that creates a similar effect to how we started at the beginning. I'll make one more hole here. First, I'm going to edit my sketch, though. I'm going to add a rounded edge to my block. And the reason I'm going to do this is because the hole tool is actually quite useful if you do have a rounded edge on your shape. I don't know if you can see it over here. There we go. A three-dimensional rounded edge. If you click the hole tool and then select the there we go. I had to place the hole first, but then I selected this rounded edge. And so then what it did is it put this hole, it centered it on the same center as the rounded edge. So that then if we look from top view, that the edges of these circles are parallel because these circles are concentric. And so if you have a rounded edge and a hole in the center of that rounded edge, then you don't have to worry about creating a drawing with lines or a sketch with lines beforehand. You can just place the hole and then say, I want it to be concentric within this rounded edge.